Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we will discuss what are operators in SQL. Okay, so what is the use of operators in SQL? What is the use? It's used to operate on the data items of the table and return results accordingly. Okay, so if we want to make operations, if we want to operate the data that is going to be stored in the tables, for that purpose, we are going to use these operators. Okay, for example, these are just like the operators that we have discussed in our C and C++ languages. Whatever the operators that we have discussed in these languages, what they do, they used to operate on the data. Okay, so for this purpose we use, for that purpose we use these operators in SQL also. Okay, if there is a table, this is a student table, if we want to operate that on the data that is present in this table, we are going to use these operators. Okay, so what kind of operation that can we perform? It can be if we want to find the total of all these marks that the student get in these three subjects. Okay, for that purpose we can use an operator. So this is also an operation. If there is a table that consists of first name and the last name, but we want to see the entire name of the student in one column. Okay, so we will have to concatenate that two columns. So for that purpose we can use these operations. Okay, so this is what a operation. So in that case we will use an operator. Okay, so this is what the use of operator. So for that purpose we have divided the SQL operators in these four types. Okay, the very first over here is what arithmetic operators. Okay, so what is the use of this arithmetic operators? These are plus, minus, multiply and divide. So this is used to add the values. For example, in this table, if you want to find the total, okay, of all the marks in these three subjects, so what will we do? We will use this plus addition symbol. Okay, it is used to add all the values. First of all, operators always operate on columns. Okay, various columns. It's not that we can add all the values like this. No, it will add the values like this. Okay, it operates on columns. Okay, so this is the one thing that one must know, that operators always operate on columns. Okay, now see, so as like this, all these operators will be used if we want to make some subtraction, if we want to make some multiplication. For example, if you want to find the percentages of the marks, so for that purpose we will use this multiply and divide symbols like this. Okay, next is what concatenation operation. It is used to concatenate. As I told you, if a table consists of a first name and a last name, and we want to concatenate those both columns and want to see the full name of the student, in that case what we'll do, we will use this concatenation operator. It is two straight lines. Okay, so this is for the concatenation operator. Now next one is comparison operator. What it will do? It is used to compare the values. For example, if a table consists of a salary column and we want to get those employees whose salary is less than 20,000, greater than 20,000, equal to 50,000 and so on. For that purposes we use these all symbols. Okay, and this is in, not in, like, and what is the use of these all operator, we will discuss in brief our next upcoming lectures. Okay, so these are what the comparison operator that used to make some comparison in the data that is going to be present in the tables. Okay, next one is logical operators. So these operators are basically used for conditions. Okay, these are used for condition, or, and not. So if these are used when we are going to perform and select the data from the table on the basis of some condition. Okay, so for that purpose we are going to use these logical tables, operators. Okay, so this is the classification of these all operators. Okay, now let us take an example of here. So we have taken the same table, okay, as below. It is a student table. It consists of four columns over here: student ID and his name, and their marks in these three subjects. Okay, so let's suppose if we want and if we wish to find the total of all the marks that the student have gained. Okay, if we want to find the total, so in that case what will we use? We will use the addition operator. Okay, so for that purpose we use this plus symbol. Okay, so this is where the query that will be used over here: select student ID, that is a SID, English, that is with the column name, plus math plus computer. As I told you, these operators always work on the columns. Okay, so we will mention the name of the columns over there. Okay, English plus maths plus computer. So this is where the total. Okay, this is what the total L, it is L. Okay, and this is used if we want to rename the resulting column. Okay, the column that will consist of the total of all the marks, so we can also name that column like this in this double quotational marks, and in somewhere we use as. Okay, we can also use as also, and we can also give this name in this double quotational marks over there from the student. Okay, student is what the name of the table. So what will be the result of this? it is student id and the name of that column as a total that we have mentioned over there. Okay, now so it consists of all the total of all the marks of every student. Okay, now in this you have noticed one thing over here, that the student 3 consists of null. Why? So what is the reason for this? So this is another one important point that you must know about these operators. Okay, if any of the column, okay, if we are going to perform some operation on the columns and if any of the column consists of some null, okay, for example in this, although these two column consist of the value but this column consists of a null, so it will give the result as a null. Okay, it's not that it will give the result as a total of these two, no. If at least one null will be encountered in any column, so it will return the result as a null. So this is also the important thing that one must know about these operators. Okay, so all the value, all the columns must have at least one, at least a value. Okay, if any of the column will be null, so it will return only the null as a result. Okay, so this is what the use of these operators, it used to operate on the data that is going to be present in the tables. Thank you.